I want to shift gears and talk to you about Kamala because I mean, I really love how obviously her team is out there leaking to Politico that it's all the fault of Joe Biden, that he really caused this collapse. How could she possibly have dug out of this hole, as David Plouffe put it? And I said earlier, you know, sure, yeah, Joe Biden caused many holes with the inflation numbers, with the immigration and the open border. She was part of it. And then with staying too long with the mental acuity, she was part of that too. She's not blameless on any of that. But Kamala Harris was a uniquely bad politician. There's just absolutely nothing to connect to with this woman. But not if you ask Claire McCaskill. Now, I'm going to play you this soundbite. This person is in la-la land about Kamala Harris's alleged talents. But take a listen to yet another crier, Claire McCaskill.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of her. I don't think people realize how hard it is to get to where she was. For her to be selected as vice president after what I think she would tell you was a very disappointing presidential race, where I think she kind of lost her footing and was listening too much to consultants, frankly.
All right, hold up. Are we seriously watching Claire McCaskill try to spin Kamala's failure as some kind of heroic journey? Look, I've watched every step of Kamala's career, and here's what everyone's missing. She didn't lose her footing. She never had any footing to begin with. The consultants weren't the problem. The problem was trying to manufacture authenticity where there wasn't any. You feel me? Like, you can't consultant your way into having actual beliefs. Hell no. This is exactly why people are tuning out of politics. They're tired of watching politicians try to focus group their way into relatability.
And it didn't really exude who she was. And then to be vice president and to step into the most difficult situation in the world, where she had to be completely loyal to Joe Biden and respectful of the fact that he had chosen her, but yet maneuver in a situation. I mean, such political skill. It is just inspiring. People who don't understand what she had to do to get to this moment. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just very proud of her.
I mean, she was treated like female Jesus. Like, she's making it sound like poor Kamala Harris. All his problems were her problems, too. She was part of the administration. And then when the coup happened, Batya, she was anointed. That Democratic National Convention, Brett Summer, a completely compliant, complicit media covering for her at every turn. Oh, boo-hoo, poor Kamala. She had so... Are you kidding me?
Megyn, I sort of made this vow to myself after Trump won that I was going to try to be big and generous and, you know, not gloat and not. You're making it very hard because you brought all of the deplorable videos into the video. And it's impossible not to feel like so vindicated from this nonsense. These people who had so much power. Here's my latest theory about Harris. I'm curious what you think about this, Megyn. I have this theory that if she had come out the gate and said, look, I'm not an ideological person. I believe in anything very strongly. I want to be president and I want to reflect what you guys want. So on each issue, we're going to poll the American people. Whatever gets 60% support, I'm going to do. Because honestly, I don't really care. I've been all over the place. I think she would have gotten a lot farther because it would have been honest and authentic to who she is. But instead, she went into it pretending to have these very deep-seated convictions that everybody knows she doesn't have because she ran for office in 2019 on the opposite platform. You know, Andrew Yang wrote this great op-ed for Newsweek. He said something so smart. He said in every interview, she looked like she was thinking, what should I say instead of what do I believe?
See, this right here is the game changer that Andrew Yang just dropped. You know what's wild? He just exposed the biggest problem in modern politics. We've got leaders who are so busy trying to say the right thing, they forgot how to say the real thing. Think about it. When's the last time you heard Kamala give an answer that didn't sound like it went through 15 different focus groups? This is why regular folks are checking out. They can smell the difference between someone speaking from the heart and someone reading from a script. Plain and simple.
And I think that just put his finger on he hit the nail on the head. That was the problem with her, is she seemed to be always calculating what is the thing to say to get elected. And it was such a stark contrast with Donald Trump, who obviously says what he believes all the time. I mean, Megyn, remember that rally in the Bronx? He was so authentic, facing a sea of people who everybody had told him hate him, who, by the way, he swung the Bronx 22 points. Like, Republicans, show up. Show up. Love the people. Love the American people. They will love you back.
So well said. I love the Andrew Yang line. He's 100% right. And when you were saying it, it reminded me of this moment we showed the audience when it happened after she went on Colbert. And she seemed to glitch, like right in the middle of the answer, probably for this. Is it over? Oh, God.
Yes, someone tweeted last week that she seems like a fourth grader giving a book report on a book that they didn't read. And I think that there's something about that that's really...
Look, you can really see her glitching.
Bruh. That fourth grader comparison is killing me because it's so spot on. But check this out. There's something deeper here nobody's talking about. You ever notice how Kamala does this thing where she starts strong, hits her talking point, and then completely malfunctions when she has to go off script? Look at her face. You can literally see the moment when the pre-programmed responses run out and the system crashes. You know why this matters? Because in real life, in real leadership, you can't just control alt-delete your way out of tough situations. The American people deserve better than a blue screen of death in human form.
What major changes would you bring? Well, I'm not Joe Biden, and I'm not Donald Trump. Oh, like she thought of, I'm on a roll here. Here I go. I'm on a roll. No, I'm neither man. And so I really think, and then it's the glitch. Like, what should I say? What should I say? Like Andrew Yang, like, what should I say? I don't know what I should say. I don't know how I'm supposed to be different from Joe Biden. Who am I? And then insert nonsense lines that are pre-rehearsed that we've all heard 10,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, the issue that she ultimately settled on as her one issue was abortion. And the way they went out, like, to try to convince women that this was going to be the issue was so amazing because, Megyn, what they did was they talked about it in a totally fake way. Like they built it up into this made up problem, right? That there's going to be a national abortion ban, which Trump promised repeatedly that he would veto. And there's zero reason to suspect that he's lying about that. He believes abortion should be legal for 12 weeks. So he has no reason to lie about that. So their one winning issue was totally fake and made up. Whereas Trump was running on the disappearing American dream for working class Americans, which is totally real. So you had the Obamas go out there berating Black men and Hispanic men, show up for your women folk for this fake problem that allows rich women to feel like they are the true oppressed class in America, right? This made up problem.
So right on.
And what ended up happening was working class women showed up for their husbands and their sons and said, we're going to stand by you because this country has turned its back on you. And I find that to be very moving.
Yes, me too. Those are the women I was trying to reach when I spoke at the Trump rally. Like, don't listen to this bullshit messaging about what's best for women and what's best for children and what's best for America. Asking, like, how do you win when your son or your husband are losing? This is a lie that is being peddled by political hacks on the other side. The Kamala Harris problem is so multifaceted. I mean, I can't really think of anything that's good about her and her candidacy. I've said before, she has pretty hands. That's something.
She's very good looking. We could admit that. She's a good looking woman.
She's fine. Yeah. I'm just thinking about like things that I look at her and I admire. Like she has lovely hands. She's got whatever. Okay. She decided to go for the profundity yet again in her concession speech, which, I mean, there are things I'm going to miss about her, Batya. I'm going to miss her fake profundities. I'm going to miss her accents. I'm going to miss her preacher. Joy cometh in the morning. I'm going to miss that. But she gave me one last parting gift. Check it out.
There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service.
And there it is. It's amazing. She's so proud of herself. Like, you can tell she's like, I've got something for you. As someone once said, the sun rises in the east. and later at night, we see the billions of stars. Yeah. And then they clap. They're confused. They're clapping because she seems to be done. Batya, come on. Like, I love all the pretend games about how, like, tough economy and Joe Biden. To ignore the elephant in the room is to continue the dishonesty that we've been facing with this press.
Honestly, it really is something to admire, I think. I feel like I know her less than I did before she ran for president. Like, I know even less about what makes her tick, what makes her get up in the morning. Why did she do this? Why does she say that? Why does she act like that? Like, she has managed in some ways to...
Look, here's what's crystal clear after watching this. Politics isn't about memorizing the right answers. It's about actually having real answers. And you know what? That's exactly why we're seeing this massive disconnect between the political class and regular Americans. If this video made you think, damn, he's spitting facts, smash that subscribe button, because we're going to keep calling it like we see it. No filter, no BS, just real talk. Drop your thoughts below, especially if you caught one of those classic Kamala glitch moments I missed. Let me know in the comments. Peace out.